This is my Bible.
This is my Bible. There are many like it.
There are many that like it, but this one is mine. That's literally true in this case. There is no date, but I know this was given to the family when I was born, so this is my Bible since birth. That is the first hint that I came from a religious family. However, my parents were not militant or evangelical in their Christianity in any way. They followed the tenets they believed are represented in the Bible as taught to them by preachers throughout the years. But they didn't drag us to church constantly. They didn't read from it. They didn't scold us from it or try and make us fear it in any way. So my interpretation of it is lighter than some others will be. I don't know if that's what I want to go with or not. This is a late 60s version, printed by the Southwestern Company in Nashville, Tennessee, of the King James Version of the Bible. So, while other people on the internet will read you New International, we are going to be, 1966 actually, we are going to be going from the King James Version. This is also a research book. It is annotated to high heaven. It has color pictures. It has an index, as well as questions and answers. Full color plates. And a concordance to the Holy Scriptures.
Mostly going to be a bunch of gibberish then.
Well, no,
masquerading.
You're not allowed to look.
I'm not allowed to look at all.
It is holy.
I'm not allowed to touch it.
It's holy.
Okay.
Don't touch the Bible.
I can't touch the Bible.
Okay. There are many philosophies about learning about the Bible. One of which is that you must be. Don't lick it. It probably doesn't taste good. Mice have been crawling over it probably.
It probably smells like pages.
It smells actually really good after all these years. It's got that old book smell.
I smell musk.
Okay, slightly musky, whatever.
Maybe the bottom smells better.
But I am a serious Bible scholar.
Well, you are?
I couldn't say it with a straight face.
You don't look very serious.
I have many great uncles who were preachers or actually studied in seminaries. The family tradition is exquisite when it comes to this book. My grandmother actually wrote a book on Jesus. Not the book, but a book filling in parts of his life.
Just out of the ether, I guess? Did she?
Well, she
read the Bible, then she
knew
read
what she knew.
The lines.
Yeah. And she. It's hard to explain. So my official Star Wars Episode 1 bookmarker will keep my place and make sure that we don't go off the rails. However, we're not going to read every single thing. I want to stick to important pieces and not bog you down with
better known passages.
Stuff that I don't think you need to know. Okay. So you will be able to comment in real time as you hear this stuff. And then I will basically have to try to explain it to you as best I can.
Your whole belief of this is that you know the Bible for a while and that I am basically
a blank slate to look at this from the new, fresh-eyed perspective.
I see.
Like, how many stories do you really know from the Bible?
Define no. Like, I've heard a couple, but could I quote them? No.
Okay. And you probably have not necessarily know them the way they actually are written.
Yeah, something about Jonah not going the right way. I don't know.
Okay, we're not going to deal with him. It's okay. Let's start in the beginning, because the first three words of the Bible are in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Which, then you have to know in the beginning of what.
Right.
But let's assume it's the beginning of everything.
Right. That's a lot of beginnings.
Theoretically. But there's also a question then when we get to chapter 2. This is Genesis chapter 1.
Alright.
All right. In the beginning,
Mm.
God, and you're going to be hearing a lot about this guy.
He's an important character then?
He is...
Is he the main character? Or?
No, he is one of the main characters.
Oh, so he's the Gandalf then.
Yeah,
he appears and disappears when he wants to?
He is the Gandalf of the first part, also known as the Old Testament.
Why is it so old?
Well, that we don't quite know.
What's the new part called?
The New Testament.
Why is it new?
Because it's newer than the old one.
Well, how new is it? When was it written?
Well, it was written sometime pretty much after Christ, whereas the old stuff was written before Christ.
So there's no new Bible. There's
no,
just
no
the old
new,
and the slightly less old.
There's just the old, and oh my God, it's old.
Okay.
So they really shouldn't have new, should they?
So it shouldn't
There
be
technically
new.
is a new one, but I don't think very many people follow that one.
There's a new one?
There's a new one.
Was it Mormons or something?
The Mormons.
Ah, okay.
I would call that the New Testaments. But those aren't canon for anybody but Mormons. Whereas this book is canon for a lot of different branches of Judaism and Christianity. So the first half of the book, we're basically going to be covering Jews and Christians.
We're basically Jewish in the first half of the book.
But we start off Jewish right here. Yeah, actually,
and we don't become Mormons yet. We don't exist.
We don't. In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. We don't exist yet.
Heaven and the earth.
Just God.
Isn't heaven a place you're supposed to be able to go?
Yeah, but He created heaven and the earth. We know He can go to earth,
so
why would we be able to go to both?
Well, why would He create heaven before there's even a reason to have it?
Because He needed a place to stay. He didn't want to hang out on the stupid earth.
Why not?
He's probably like, I need a nice chair for me to sit in, and then a crap hole to put everybody else. So He built. So he built the place in the house with the chair, and then everybody else gets the outside where the earth was.
Oh, okay. He gets the better one.
All right. Okay.
I already like this guy. He's already kind of a douche.
I think you're really gonna like this God character.
Oh, I am?
He's gonna be your favorite character because
he's gonna turn me around?
No, but I think he is gonna be the most like you.
Oh, okay.
Of any character we will meet.
Oh, most like me?
Yeah.
How so, asshole?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Let's go.
Because
how's this go?
Okay.
You created heaven and earth, right?
You created heaven and earth. Let's start with that. Now the earth was without form.
Without form?
Yeah.
So he just kind of spit it into the universe and he's
and
like,
void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
What deep?
The deep.
What deep?
The formless void deep.
I thought it was the earth.
But there's deep too.
What's the deep in it?
But the Spirit of the God moved upon the face of the waters.
Deep shit, probably. What waters?
The deep.
I thought he didn't create the waters yet.
Well,
he created the earth. Where's the waters come in?
We'll get there.
And what about heaven? We haven't heard about heaven yet. What was he doing in heaven?
No, but he made the heaven.
Yeah, but he made the heaven, but he didn't do anything with it.
He's not going to talk about the heaven because that's where he lives. He
was heaven also gelatinous?
He doesn't want to show you his house.
Why not?
The earth was without form, but obviously the heaven was already done.
Oh, so this guy just waited to do earth. He popped it in the universe and said, this will be fine over here, and then did heaven and spruced his place up. And then with the leftover...
Well, wouldn't you?
Probably, but...
See, that's what I said. He's very much like you.
Alright.
Okay. And God said, let there be light, and there was light.
So someone finally paid the electric bill.
So this is the first time that God says something in the Bible, and it happens. Let there be light, and there was light.
Before then, he was mute.
Before that, I guess, he created the heaven and earth. You probably just couldn't hear him before that. If there was no heaven and no earth, there was no way for the sound waves to transfer.
Ah, okay.
Okay, but anyway.
How do sound waves transfer again, according to the Bible? Something about water or something?
Well, we don't know yet. We just started.
We haven't made sound. That's right. Okay.
We've just started.
Maybe sound was an accident.
But he can talk.
Maybe sound was an accident.
And God saw the light that it was good. Okay?
So light was good.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
Okay, that's probably a good plan. Good plan to have light and dark differently.
Yeah. All right. And God called the light day.
Okay.
And the darkness he called night.
Okay, he didn't like the night.
And the evening and the morning were the first day. So you do
what?
The evening and the morning were the first day. There was the first day.
The first day was the evening.
But
that day was the first day.
Yeah, because
obviously, if he just created the light, damn it.
Well, we're setting out the parameters here. We're starting from nothing, for
sake.
God's sake.
We're starting
from God's sake. We're starting from the heaven and the firmament that are gooey.
He should have written a book about this to make this easier to understand.
You think he would have made it a little clearer?
Yeah.
But this is the way he told him to write it down.
Okay, this is the way he told him. He told him to do this?
Well, that we get to that later.
It's later. Okay.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Everything's later.
That's right, because this is early days.
Well, early days. You gotta
Early
have
days,
some sort
literally.
Of continuity.
Okay, God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters.
Midst of the
and
waters.
let it divide the waters from the waters.
What?
He put a firmament.
What's a firmament, first off?
There is a notation, actually, if we want
of
to find out what a firmament is. But I'm pretty sure he's just saying land. He like pushed the water aside and made some land.